I kissed the cow and I liked it. Taste of her cherry chopsticks. Well, you can't really sing that song if you're an incel because you don't even get girls. uh, what? We're live, aren't we? We need to talk about incel culture. Incel, involuntary celibate. Now, I'm pretty sure you've heard the word before, it's always in public discourse. But what does the word actually mean? And more importantly, why is it a problem? An incel is a man that is unable to find a romantic or sexual partner despite desiring to have one. And they are heterosexual men who blame women and society for their lack of romantic success. This sense of romantic and sexual frustration has led to the formation of online communities and forums where members can share their experiences and their grievances. Ironically, the term incel was actually coined by a woman. It was coined by a woman called Alana back in the 1990s in America who had similar frustrations herself, but it was the other way around. So she was a woman that couldn't get men. She struggled with loneliness and meaningful romance, so she decided to set up her own forum for her and others like her to provide a supportive environment for them to share their experiences. Now, before I continue, first things first. Hashtag women in tech. Women in tech. What do you mean? Come on, sis. I have no choice but to stand. And listen, I know nothing about technology. Maybe forums were a thing all the way back in the 90s. To me, I don't know. But for you to set up your own online forum all the way back in the 1990s, shout out you, sis. She was way ahead of the technological curve. Elon Musk, eat your heart out. And you know what? Talking of men that still, allegedly, in true male fashion, the men came in, stole the term, pissed all over it, and said, out with the old and in with the misogyny. Yay, fun. And thus, the new iteration, the new era of the incel was born. Hi, my name is Oro Lukoga. I am a broadcaster, presenter, cultural commentator, and all-round creative idiot. And welcome back to Small Talk. This is where I sit in my bed and I talk about all things from the world of music, sport, entertainment, popular culture, current affairs, politics, everything in between, but aim to dig that little bit deeper than beneath the surface. Now, before I get into why I think this is a major issue facing not only just young men, but young women in the present day, I actually want to unpack or attempt to unpack one of the reasons as to why I think there has been an increase in inceldom. And that reason is loneliness. Men are lonely. It's not an excuse, it's just the truth. Men are lonelier than ever before. And to be perfectly honest, they've got nobody but themselves to blame. Traditional masculinity has not evolved. And before I continue, I just want to say that this is my own personal opinion. I am by no means trying to pass this off as an actual fact. But for generations, men have been conditioned to perform this emotional restraint, to be self-reliant, to be stoic, to be a man. We've all heard the phrase before, right? Now, that's all well and good, but it doesn't allow men to actually form deep, meaningful relationships with one another and with women. Because these societal values have to be upheld to be seen as a man, they discourage men from expressing vulnerability or seeking help, limiting their opportunities for emotional intimacy and support, and then leading to isolation. So you take all that toxic masculinity with its loneliness and lack of emotional vulnerability, add in the gaping hole filled by online forums and the internet. Do not make a joke about gaping holes. Do not make a joke about gaping holes. Do not make a joke about gaping holes. And that seems to be the only hole that they're getting. No, I'm not going to do it. Throw all of that into a melting pot, and there you have it. A ready-made incel live and direct at your door. Let's talk Reddit, the outlands of the internet. I don't know if you've watched The Lion King, but there's one particular clip in The Lion King. And yeah, it's basically that. That over there In that region of the world, that's where the incels sit, in the dark depths of the internet. Reddit is a forum where users can build online communities and partake in discussions around a variety of topics without ever having to reveal their actual identity. And I say that now, but Twitter has basically become that as well, because there are so many accounts that are faceless and you don't know who's behind them, but they have such followings, such a presence that they can say and do anything with minimal or no repercussions or whatsoever. And if you find a community that speaks to your values and to your belief systems, you're good to go. And as I said, this is where the incels thrive, in the dark. So as you can see, I have painted a picture as how we have landed here with the incels. Not literally, of course, they're not in the room with us. You get my drift. Really, really quickly, if you like this video, leave a like, that would help. Drop a comment and of course subscribe. I'm really appreciative of the fact that you are taking time out of your day to watch this video, and in you liking, commenting and subscribing, it pushes it further up the algorithm. That's what I've been told, and it allows other people to see this content and engage with this content and spark further conversation, and it gives me new ideas, new videos, new concepts, and that's exactly what I want to do here. So thank you very much for watching, and back to the video. Okay, let's get serious. Incels are dangerous. Incels are dangerous. I'm not saying anything revolutionary. I'm not saying anything that nobody doesn't already know already, but they are dangerous. They are not only a danger to themselves, they are a danger to society, but more importantly, most importantly, they are a danger to women. And the fact that there has been an increase in the usage of the word itself should be alarming to us all. The vilification and dehumanization of young women and young girls in this community has led to the tragic murder of countless innocent women. And femicide is such a massive problem that we're not talking about. It's become such a problem in the last couple of years, and it has continued to the present day, and it just seems as if it's getting swept under the rug. In 2021, a man called Jack Davidson killed 5 people, including his own mother and a 3-year-old girl. And it was said that he was fascinated by serial killers, mass shootings, and violent heroes of the incel ideology. There are many, many cases like Jack Davidson's one, and some that we will just never ever hear. We all know about the violent, merciless murder of the innocent young girls attending a Taylor Swift themed dance class last year in Stockport. And that tragic event caused headlines all over the world, and riots ensued after. Now, I have my opinions on the riots. That's not a conversation for this particular video. But I think the key part of the narrative that was missed, it was the fact that it was the young girls. Like, yes, we knew it was young girls, but that was almost where the conversation started and ended. And it should have a name to it, and that name is femicide. It was femicide. Young men are being radicalized at an alarming rate, and it feels as if we are just sitting around and doing absolutely nothing about it. It is a serious, serious problem. They live in this toxic echo chamber where they all reinforce each other's ideas and their toxic beliefs and massage each other's egos. There is no room for constructive conversation, as they have accepted in their minds that they have lost the genetic lottery and there is nothing that they can do to change it. It reinforces the idea that men are entitled to women's bodies and that their value is tied to their ability to attract women, which is incredibly harmful. That goes without saying. And do not get me started on Andrew Tate. Do not get me started on Andrew Tate and the blue pill, red pill bros, because we will be here for another 4 hours. And I think I'm going to do another video on it. The damage this man has done is irreparable, because for so many young men, this is what their idea of masculinity is. To be brash, to be misogynistic, to be violent. Some of the qualities and some of the traits that you might find in a US president. I will never defend a man in this life. Heck, I won't even defend myself sometimes. We all need to collectively do better to uproot this rot that is seeping into our communities. Now, I don't want to mollycoddle these boys, but we need to get to them way before the internet does, because by then they are already a lost cause. We need to create new spaces where these boys can go and touch grass. And I'm joking, but I'm also not joking. These guys need to go out and be with nature, and be one with the earth, the moon, the stars, the air, the ocean. They need to be outside. Educators, parents, friends, family members, policymakers, we all have a role to play in this, and we need to step in. Honestly, from the moment that these boys are born, from the moment these boys can form sentences and form thoughts and interact with other humans, we need to be there. We need to facilitate better environments and shun this ideology before it even has a chance to fester or grow, because the lives of women are at stake here. This was a bit of a shorter video, but I wanted to get to the point and be really succinct and really concise and not fill it with fluff. But if you like this video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe as well, leave a comment, let me know your thoughts, and I shall see you on the next one.